Yo, what up guys, your boy Sami, and today I'm gonna be making my first ever One Piece arc tier list. Guys, let me say this off the top. If you end up enjoying this video, man, make sure to smash that like button, guys, and if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, join the family. We are going to be making so much One Piece content now that I am caught up. The first thing I want to say, guys, is that this is the first arc tier list I have ever done. After catching up, I want to make something clear that the old arcs, it's going to be a little bit unfair for them. I want to do this intentionally now without revisiting, without my second watch. Immediately after my first watch, it's been a 3 years journey for me as a content creator who edits his whole videos. So what I'm trying to say is that arcs like Orange Town, even Skype and so on that I love, it's gonna be a little bit unfair to them. It's been a while, maybe certain details that I forget and so on, but I still want to do this arc tier list now anyways, because I think it's gonna be different now compared to when I watch it again or when I read the manga. I think my arc tier lists are gonna change, and I want to document all these different arc tier lists. But we're gonna quit the yapping, man. I'm so excited for this. When we are done with this, you let me know in the comment section below what you would change and so on. To the chat, to people that are also watching this, if you're watching this, you can let me know small details. Like, I encourage you guys, when I'm going through an arc, especially SySquad in the chat right now, I encourage you to give me certain details, like, you know, keywords from that arc that will remind me of this character, that character. I don't mind that. But this is my arc tier list. I have done a list before for the SySquad, but the majority of the community think is the best arc, or where they would rank these arcs. I've done it with another content creator before, Haki Reviews. Shout out to you. This is my arc tier list, my favorite arcs, where they belong. We're gonna be having, as usual, S tier, A tier, B tier, C, and D. I am contemplating on removing D, SySquad. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't think I have an unforgettable arc. I am not glazing. Y'all know how I keep it real. I don't care about what the majority thinks of certain things or characters and so on. And I am being 100% honest when I tell y'all, I don't think I have an forgettable arc. There's one that is close to it. There's one scene or one thing that happens in that arc that is just chef's kiss. We're gonna get to it. So I don't think I have unforgettable. I might remove that row. So that is it. S tier, perfection, also known as legendary, I can call it. A tier, we got masterpiece. Okay. B, we got great. C tier, decent, and I think that's gonna be it. D's for forgettable. I personally, because this is my tier list, I don't think I need it, because I don't have any forgettable arc. That's me keeping it real. The worst One Piece arc I will get from me is decent, because no matter how okay an arc was or not as hype, there is always a character, a voice actor, a fight scene, a small moment of an emotional investment that I've had that just carries it, and it's disrespectful to call it forgettable after that. Okay, so these are the tiers. I am so excited to get into this. Here we go. We got the first arc, Romance Dawn, and everything started here, man. A guy in a freaking barrel. Just watched the reaction to the first episode the other day, roasting the hand animation and stuff. Man, oh man, look where we are today. Zoro's introduction. Romance Dawn, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. It's just, it has a special place in my heart because of the first arc and starting everything with Kobe, the bromance, early bromance, by the way. I didn't need the future events to get me emotionally invested. Kobe and Luffy. Romance Dawn, for me, it's better than decent, though. It's better than decent because the rescue mission for Zoro, it was so good, so good. Where does Romance Dawn technically stop? All the way just before Orange Town, before Nami? Romance Dawn will be B tier for me. Where in B tier? I will figure that out later when the other contestants are here, okay? So Romance Dawn 100% is in B tier. Next arc, we got Orange Town. Now here we get introduced to Nami. We see Buggy. All hail Buggy. I'm not gonna lie, being introduced to Buggy, this arc should already jump to S tier. Huh? but I'm trying to control my bias, okay? Let me control my bias. I don't want to get carried away. All hail Buggy, all hail Buggy, our Lord and Savior. Being introduced to the best character in One Piece ever. S tier, but I would be very biased because I know I have been saved by our Lord and Savior. I've been touched. Pause. You know what I mean? It is just, I hold him near and dear to me. You know what I mean? But I gotta keep it real. I gotta take into consideration everything else that's happening in the arc, and you know, other characters do take it down. Nobody compares to him. Orange Town for me is decent, you know, decent. At this point, still Nami's rubbing me the wrong way. Shout out to the dog. What was his name, chat? Shoo Shoo. Where's Melananita? What is the dog, guys? Shoo Shoo. Cute scenes with Shoo Shoo. I think it was the name. Buggy and his crew. The lion. But nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna put it in decent. Orange Town for me. Next we have Syrup Village. Now this is Usopp's arc. I mentally struggle a little bit with Usopp's arc. You know, Usopp for the longest time is my favorite character until Sanji just like took him down from the first spot, and now it's Sanji. I can't lie, like I gotta keep it real. When I was watching Syrup Village, there was amazing scenes. Klahadore, the plot twist, Mary, Kaya, there was amazing scenes, and the boy who cried wolf with Usopp. But after we finished the arc, this is coming from an Usopp fan, this arc was for the longest the one that was like the most blurry. Like I could remember Orange Town more than Usopp's arc. When I was reflecting on their introduction at some point for a video, I was like, oh, like I was like, this character's intro, that character's intro. Like I forgot that Usopp had his own arc for a second. This is like wild to say, but it is just true because of like the 3-year journey. A lot of these arcs are a bit old for me, but there was so many things that were just, I don't know, not memorable. But we got like, you know, Django 3, 2, 1 Django, Klahadore and stuff. Just a lot of things didn't stick for the longest. So 100% decent, but a lot of highlights in that arc when you sit down and reflect, try to remember what happened and so on. Just all right. Do you know what I mean? All right. I can't say he was most boring for me. He was very fun. To that point, Klahadore was the most exciting, the most menacing. Like I remember, this is what I love about my One Piece journey is that I said it in the video that when I caught up to One Piece, I said that there used to be a time where Don Krieg was the biggest stress of my One Piece life. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, from one episode to the other, I'm like, oh my god, how are we gonna defeat him? I'm bantering now, but I'm dead ass. Like, I'm serious. Go back. I think that's all of us, but that's the beauty of our journey, our story, our character development arcs as Straw Hats and us as fans. It's like I went from stressing about Don Krieg, for example, to now like beating my chest in front of a Yonko, like Kaido, 5 elders. Guys, I am side-eyeing the 5 elders, the ones that are with the biggest authority, the scariest out of all of them. I'm like, what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Klahadore at that moment was holy. I feel like he's gonna just, he was like spooky, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say that he wasn't scary and he wasn't a cool villain and so on. Just, I don't know, it didn't connect with other things and so on. So it didn't like stick or like matter the moment we left. I hope I am being clear, but anyways, Syrup Village, decent. We got next arc, Barati Rati. This is the arc that got my first One Piece tears. Guys, y'all know how I'm weak when it comes to family things. Relationship between siblings, you know, mother, sons, daughter, father, whatever it is, and especially if they're not blood related, I just lose it, man. I lose it. Sanji, the restaurant, starting with full body, being rude as F, getting a freaking kick to the face, and then we get introduced to this cigarette smoking waitress / chef. Like, hey, yo. And now keep in mind, guys, I have no image before I watched it for the first time, I don't know like who's Sanji. Like I just know Zoro from like some edit. I don't know who Sanji is. I don't know who Nami is. So the first time I saw him, I'm like, damn, this guy is cool as hell, and I'm glad he put him in his place. The relationship with Zeph, dope villain. And later on, when he's saying thank you for everything, that was the first time where I'm like, oh my god, I care about these characters. I love the relationship between them, and no matter how many times he hit him and he's saying, chat, what was his favorite line? Abachinash, abachinash. Like, was it brat? But in Japanese, like I love that thing. I used to say it with him every single time, like, at the end of the day, from Sanji, you are the father figure that I needed. You saved me. You took me under your wings. You taught me how to fight. You taught me how to cook. It was such a beautiful moment, man. Baratie has a special place in my heart and forever will. That place, that restaurant. So for me, Baratie is definitely great and above, okay? Definitely better than Romance Dawn. Okay, so Baratie for now will be at the top of great. Next, we got Arlong Park. Oh my god. Now let me make this clear. Go back and think about this clearly. This is how I like to describe my journey. Baratie, Sanji and Zeph, their goodbye and just everything. It's also like the chemistry building between Luffy and Sanji. How he got the cook that he wanted. How he got him to join the crew. Somebody that's not a fan or like somebody that's just started One Piece. Baratie made me go from this to like, wait a minute. Like, you know, you sit up. Arlong Park like made me lock in and really say I am invested in these characters. I want to know. Not a fan yet. I said this before in streams before. Not a fan yet. Like I don't like to call myself just a fan immediately, because a fan means, bro, you will go to war for this piece of art or show, whatever. Like not a fan yet. Arlong Park, Nami and Luffy, the walk to Arlong Park, those episodes, I'm like, oh my god, like I am rooting for them. I want them to get this dub. I love what Luffy just did to Nami and so on. So Arlong Park, fight scenes, amazing villain. Really, I enjoyed hating him. Arlong, oh my god, that is such a peak moment, man. I might have my first masterpiece entry here, man, because just the backstory of Nami itself for me holds a lot of weight, so yeah, Arlong Park 100% is the first entry to masterpiece for me, man. Nami! You are my friend! Oh, did you say I'm your friend? Oh my god, man. This arc was just amazing. I'm trying, guys, to not yap too much about every arc. Keep it balanced, you know what I mean? Because we got so many arcs to go through. I don't need to say much about Arlong Park, man. Next, we got Logtown. One thing real quick about Logtown. I don't know what it is that is so memorable and nostalgic. I vividly remember the first shots of Logtown. I don't know what it is. Like I vividly remember. I remember it more than the scenes where Luffy is about to get his, you know, and the walk into Logtown, the entrance, you know, the name, Logtown, the people, the beautiful lady that I was like, crushing on, the freaking bicycle, like, you know what I mean? Pedestrian, the stores. Usopp saying, oh, like that store, we should check it out. Nami saying, oh, I want to go shopping. There was something so warm and nice about the beginning of Logtown for me. I can live there. It feels like a warm blanket. Whatever, you get my drift. You get what I'm trying to say. I love Logtown's beginning. Trying to remember the highlights, you know, Smoker, Dragon, although didn't know exactly who he was to Luffy, but overall, like nothing crazy, like nothing too crazy happening in Logtown, but I'm gonna put it in high decent. Like it's nothing, I don't think for me it's like great. Okay, I'm gonna put it high decent. All right, next arc, we got Reverse Mountain arc. Oh my god, my biasness is gonna come out here. Because not only do we have Rabun and Krakus, we also have the first introduction to Borokwak's agents, Mr. Nine and Miss Wednesday, I think. Mr. 9, Miss Wednesday. Guys, I swear, I think this is the first time where I started to notice this about myself, that I love quirky characters. This was the absolute first time where I was howling, dying, laughing at a character that speaks passionately in a funny way. Do you know what I mean? I was like, why is this character speaking like this? But I love it. VV, I mean, we end up knowing that it's VV undercover as a Baroque Works agent and so on. This is my list, so I am gonna embrace the biasness that I have for this arc. I don't want to mix it with Whiskey Peak because that one comes after, but I really loved Crocus' introduction inside of Laboon. I loved the backstory as much. I mean, we didn't get a lot of it, but we got some backstory about Laboon and what he has gone through. I think Laboon is a he. Am I bugging? And then Mr. 9 and Miss Wednesday, but not like a lot of things didn't happen in this arc. Not so many things. Like we didn't get so many things in this arc. So I'm gonna say Reverse Mountain, like not crazy enough to be great. Definitely more memorable for me than Logtown. It might not make sense for some people, but definitely I remember Reverse Mountain way better and more than Logtown. So high decent or low grade? High decent. I'm gonna revise this at the end. High decent. Yeah, let me keep it on high. Nah, low grade. Man, the feelings I felt with Laboon, nah. Low grade. 100%. Alright, next arc we got Whiskey Peak, or like I say, Pisky Week. I know I always say Pisky Week. Okay, this one I need to dig deep. Okay, pause. I need to think about it, because if I would just say like off the bat, if I would just say without even like trying to remember, I would say decent. But I gave it a thought yesterday. I was like, oh wait, no, wait, this happened, that happened. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The fact that the moment that I experienced with, I don't know if it was exactly Robin. I figured out later that it was, the explosion was not Robin, but that explosion where Ma dies, that was such an awesome moment. Zoro versus all of Baroque Wax, so freaking dope. The drinking, you know, Nami and Zoro not going down. Zoro versus Luffy-ish, y'all remember that? Citrus Lady, so freaking dope. This is minus points. I don't care. Mr. Booger, minus points. I was like, oh my god, he looks so cool. Like, get the hell out of my face. Yeah, miss me with that ish, bro. This might piss some people, but still for me, Whiskey Peak, decent. High decent though, high decent. Definitely more fun than Logtown for me. So high decent. Okay, yeah, this one is gonna piss people off, but it is what it is. It's my list. Next arc, Little Garden. Oh my god, I'm gonna say this off the bat. Little Garden, great or above? Okay, that's what I'm thinking now for myself. Little Garden, great or above? Oh my days, where do I even start? Dear god. Dori Broggy, Painter Girl, Mr. Sri, come to the water. But like the cake thingy, I love that whole scene, that whole fight. I think we get the first Moshi Moshi. Now, Mr. Prince is Alabasta, right? Sanji does not say that line, iconic line in... I think he does. Do we get a first Mr. Prince in the Wax house talking to Crocodile? Do we get a Mr. Prince there? Or is the first one in Alabasta with the glasses? I love that phone call and the send-off with Dory and Broggy. For me, Little Garden is just... and I'm like reminiscing on it now in Egghead, seeing Dory and Broggy. Little Garden is definitely great. Like better than Barati for me. Feels weird saying better. Do you know what I mean? because they all like they're good in different ways. Little Garden doesn't have that emotional gut punch that Bharati does though. But the villains, man, the villains are much better in Little Garden, yo. They're much interesting, more interesting. Yeah. Oh, Romance Dawn gotta be last. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna revise them later. Little Garden, B tier, great baby, love it. Here we go. Next arc, we got Drum Island. Oh my god. Let me just start by doing this, okay? Let me just start by doing this, and then I'm gonna talk about Drum Island. I don't need to yap that much, guys. Masterpiece, masterpiece. This is the first arc where I'm like, wow, we are taking our time. We're letting so many things breathe and finding out about Hiruruk, Choppa, Doctorine, the King, Wapporu. I don't need to talk that much. Drum Island is so freaking iconic for me. Choppa's backstories is one of my favorite backstories ever. Choppa is one of my favorite characters. Love him, and I love this arc. Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to like just yap and like just talk so much about each and every arc. It speaks for itself. It is going to be in Masterpiece, Drum Island, Arlong Park. I'll revise it later. I'll revise each tier later. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Drum Island is a masterpiece. All the quotes. Here, look. What did Chopper say? Doctor, look. Oh my god. Sobbing, crying like a bit. Oh my days. Next arc, Sweet Home Alabasta. Sweet Home Alabasta. Sheesh. Oh my god. This arc. Oh my god. I love this arc so much. Like, what do we do? The best villain, like, until that point, Crocodile, Robin. I'm like thinking of the events. Yeah. The rest of the agents in Baroque. Undo. Lesson. Hanashide. Mascara. Since day one, I'm like, why am I having so much fun with this character? And lo and behold, Oda's like, he is gonna be huge. He's gonna be on our side. He's gonna be a nakama. Freaking honorary straw hat. It's literally Vivi and then Bon Clay, right? I'm not skipping anybody. It's Vivi and then Bon Clay. That's a dope one. We should do this on another stream. Like, who are the honorary ones? The other day, people thought it was like outrageous. I told them I would throw my favorite supporting character, which is Bon Clay. I would throw him in a heartbeat and keep Vivi. Like, some people in the chat were like, oh, what do you mean? Vivi is a waste of space. I mean, she won't do anything. Like, Vivi over Yamato. I'm like... So just because Yamato can fight and stuff, you think I am gonna stop being loyal to this? My god, I know now, y'all. Some of y'all in SySquad, you would throw us. You would throw us for some dope fire-ish and oh, the Bagua. Oh, you would throw us. You would throw us for some Bagua. You would throw us for that. Everything we've been through. You're gonna throw me for Bagua, woo. They were giving Vivi smoke. They were actually like, Vivi's not gonna do anything. She won't fight this. She won't fight that. I was like, wow. Sad. It's sad. Alabasta. Sweet Home Alabasta. Let me keep it real. Villains are carrying, man. Villains are carrying. Matchups, so good. Even Usopp and Mary Kirima. Sword dude kind of not taught Zoro his first big lesson, but you know what I mean? Pushed him to level up like crazy. Crocodile gave us a lot of L's before we finally got our W. Not gonna lie, Pell and that bull gives it like a lot of minus points, because that was the first time, guys. I think as a new fan, I was like, I cannot trust any death. That was like the root of I ain't trusting ish, and how I was always just calm, and people tell me, oh, they're dead. I don't care. Okay, if that guy made it, anybody can make it. Don't care. Like, you have to show me the body, funeral. Everybody do this, wear black, attend the funeral. I ain't trusting nothing. So Alabasta, high grade. Oh, yeah. I don't want to get influenced by the world, like, or the fandom. It is, for me, it is right there. Little Garden, 100%. I don't think I would call it a masterpiece based on your reaction, past experience. Exactly, based on my reaction and past experience, just like first watch. Do you know what I mean? I think my tier list, this is what's nice, they're gonna change after second watch, after reading the manga. I'm so confident, because old tiers, there's certain things that I'm sure that I'm not remembering, but just off of what I'm feeling, what I experienced, my first reaction, there's something in me saying your bon clay should make it go to masterpiece, but that is so like selfish. Do you know what I mean? It's not a, for me at least, I feel like it's such a just an emotional reason. You know what I mean? Although it is my list, but it's not enough. It will stay high grade. It will definitely stay high grade. Hola Gabi, ¿cómo estás? Here we go. Alright, next arc we got Yahya. Ooh, Yahya, right off the bat, I'ma say decent. The punch, this is one of those arcs, if I had the D tier left, the forgettable, it would be like a toe, like touching it. But definitely indecent. That moment with what's his name, Bellamy, that punch, introduction of Blackbeard was so cool. You know, I thought he was a random dude just walking around in the street. I'm like, yo, who's this Unk? And then like a drunk guy with some apples or something. I didn't make any connections, and I thought it was just a wise dude that's being kind of like an Unk to Luffy. Later on you figure out like, oh my god, that was him. That's who your brother's looking for. And then they chase you all the way to just before flying up to Sky Island. So there's like a sprinkle of foreshadowing and awesome moments, like nice highlights. But I am making this arc tier list as my first experience, what I thought of them first watch. This is not me, you know, reading the manga or watching it again and analyzing each and everything. This is just mainly like enjoyment, emotional investment. Like, I know I'm gonna have different arc tier lists in the future, but this is the difference between this arc tier list and the ones in the future. This is directly after catching up. Like, I don't want to be affected by, oh, they said something back then that I realized and it's coming back in Egghead and so on. Like, especially the arc that is coming up next. There's a lot of that. Like, personally for me, there's a lot of that where it's like callbacks to Skypia and Enuru and stuff like that. I'm trying to not be affected that much by that. It is just that arc, how it was, first impression, first experience, when I reacted to it and watched it for the first time. Okay, so Yahya, decent. Where though? Is it better than Whiskey Peak for me? Nah. Is it better than Logtown? Nah. Is it better than Orange Town? Yup. Stay right there. I'm gonna revise you later. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Next arc, we got the beautiful Skypia. And I am so proud to not be one of those people that switch up in the future. No shout out to the people that skipped Skypia. I bet you regret it in the future. Day one fan of Skypia, man. This arc for me, it is so freaking good. I loved it when I watched it. I loved it after watching it. It was in my top 3 for the longest. I think it was still in the top 3 even when Marineford took over my first spot. Skypia for me, even with analyzing, oh my god, with analyzing, it might go to S tier. But just off of enjoyment and my first reaction, Skypia is one of my favorite arcs. It is definitely a masterpiece. Definitely a masterpiece. I will rearrange it later, but Skypia is so good, man. The mantra, I think it was called. Love the whole concept. We got this. We got Enuru, all the freaking characters up there. How beautiful it was. Satoru, the generals. These things are so boring for people, but I cannot relate. I loved it. I loved each and every part of Skypia. Atama poka poka. Come on, man. We got legendary iconic moments there. We got Gamfall. What else? This is just off the bat. I haven't Googled stuff. You know what I mean? I just wanted to keep it off of my memory and how it made me feel and what I can remember on the spot. You know what I mean? Skypia is a masterpiece for me. Now, next arc. We have Long Ring, Long Land, LRLL. This is the only arc where I would say, if it wasn't for one moment that is so special to me, 100% forgettable. With all due respect, you know what I mean? But we got one of the most epic Zoro and Sanji fights moments in the whole anime. I cannot give it forgettable, and that's why I decided that forgettable tier, the D tier, I gotta remove it. Because if LRLL is not in that tier, no arc is gonna make it in that tier. So I'ma say low. Nah, definitely had some peak better moments and peak that I can compare, and it's like better than Syrup Village. Orange Town, I would say so. Ooh, nah. Stay right there. But yeah, that moment with Sanji and Zoro is just so dope, so special. I love it. Peak, just freaking peak. So LRLL is decent, low decent. You know what I mean? Oh my days. Next arc, we have Water 7. Because I remember in Crunchyroll, all of them were under the umbrella of Water 7. Even like Enies Lobby, I think. So it's like, I gotta be careful here. Because we have Water 7 and then the emotions I felt and the reveals in post Enies Lobby. In my brain, I was like, Water 7. Because post Enies Lobby, Frankie joins. Garp. Kobe reunites with his old friend. That right there, that in itself can make it jump to like S tier. So I gotta be careful. They in this list, they separated it. So Water 7 before Enies Lobby. Let me think. Awesome plot twist with the Galilea boys and them being a part of CP9. That was so peak. It was like Saur, Nico Robin, and you know the whole shadiness behind that, and CP9, Sanji trying to go after her, and the train to Enies Lobby. Do we consider that Enies Lobby? Because the train, there's so many things that happened there that I had a blast. They're all under that umbrella though. My god, can I just like join them? Let me just jump here. Let me just put that there to begin with. I don't want to yap that much. I'm not even gonna I don't need to say that much. Enies Lobby S tier, done. Post Enies Lobby, I think I'm gonna join these two because that's how it is in my mind and it's my list. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, okay? I'm gonna join these two together because we are back in that country. Mary lands on Enies Lobby or post Enies Lobby? Yeah, post Enies Lobby. So I am going to do this. Enies Lobby, post Enies Lobby, S tier, Water 7, high masterpiece. Oh, I'm happy with this. Ooh, I'm happy with this. Water 7, Arlong Park drum. Yup. Because it is for me, it's like one bubble. Enies Lobby, post Enies Lobby, it just, the peak keeps on going. Wherever Mary's funeral lands on is just S tier for me. Perfection. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. I gotta think about this. Un momento, por favor. Yeah, I can't. They're all gonna be together. They're all gonna be one bubble, okay? I can't. Because there's... Masterpiece is still huge. Okay, so all of them, high masterpiece. Okay, there we go. All right, next arc. Cyrilla Baku. This right here, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Guys, I am very, very biased. I am probably a part of the 20% of the fandom that absolutely loved this arc. For me, Thriller Bark was more fun than Alabasta, 100%. So Thriller Bark is gonna go on high grade, okay? Comedy, the horror vibes, Hogback. Don't get me started on Hogback, okay? Even though very creepy, but interesting elements. The fact that even Oda went there with the whole bringing back the dead and stuff, crazy, but like in a dope way for the story. I was like, oh, okay, we're going there. And like some of the things that they were saying, wild. A little bit like minus points with Sanji and the invisible thing, and actually Absalam doing it in the bath tub thingy. Minus points over there. Do you know what I mean? But then Tanaka voicing the giant, like that was so fun. The comedy, Usopp Perona, even though she was annoying, dope character, especially when it comes to design and her powers. And then Usopp being the one that stops her. What else, man? There's so many freaking things. Brook, Ryuma, Brook Rabun, one of the biggest plot twists, man. My jaw was on the floor. Brook and his backstory. Brook and Binkisake. Quartetto, trio, duo, solo. What are we doing, man? Loved it. And then doing. Kuma, Ursus shock. Zoro, nothing happened. Taking his captain's pain. Oh my days, the fights there, the schmuck Gecko Moria, even though like a little bit interesting, but schmuck. Okay, so many things, man. Maybe a lot of people don't like this. Don't care. I love Thriller Bark. Alright guys, next arc we got Sabaody. Oh my days. Oh my god, this is a heavy one. Where do I start? I know this arc for me is gonna be in Masterpiece. Where? Let's find out. Number 1, Supernovas. Come on, man. Introduction to all of them. Law, Kiddo, Bege, Bonnie, Uruj, Doreku Shushu. The one that gave me the way to say Doreku Shushu. The GOAT. Ooh, what the fuck? One of my favorite characters. This guy is in my cover on my channel. I love this character from the bottom of my heart, man. RIP to Unsho, his original voice actor. This arc gave me Kizaru, okay? This arc gave us awesome moments with Kuma. This arc gave us Rayleigh properly, even though, yeah, we did see him there for the first time. Exactly. He was like a slave. Do you know what I mean? I remember when I saw his card, I'm like, Roger Pirate Crew? Wait, who's Roger? Former vice captain of the Roger Pirates. Dang it! I don't remember the name Roger. Should I know them? Who remembers that? I'm like, who's Roger again? Because it's been a while since I saw that name. I'm like, huh? The right hand! All the shenanigans, man, and Supernova and all of that, man. It is Masterpiece. Aeneas Lobby, not better. Arlong Park, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it there for now. Y'all can see clearly. Gabby, this is your favorite arc? Ooh, favorite for PDK 2. Wow. I was heartbroken too, but for some reason, I'm like, nah. And this is even before I was spoiled about the time skip. I was worried about Luffy. I was theorizing. I'm like, he's helping them. Especially after the end of Thriller Bark, where he's like, oh, he has good friends, Dragon. You know, I was like, that's it. So in my mind, I was like a little bit at ease. I was like, yeah, he's helping them. I don't know how, why, and so on. I'll figure it out in the future, but it was still heartbreaking because he doesn't know, or he's not thinking like I am. He didn't see that talk Kuma had alone, saying, oh, just talking to the air, you know, gazing into the abyss. It's like, he didn't see that. So Luffy is going through it. I'm like, damn. Any pain Luffy feels, I was like, dare you. But yeah, amazing arc. Amazon Lily. This is between these two, it was my first proper break. Just 1 week. It wasn't crazy, but yeah. with these two. Amazon Lily, my god, so many highlights, so many peaks. Kara, even though she's full of herself, very awesome character, really awesome character, and especially then going crazy over a 17-year-old and so on, wildin', but we learned hockey properly there. Guys, it was like the for us, the birthplace of our hockey. Do you know what I mean? For us in our journey, I'm like, oh shit, what is this? What is that? What do you mean? And I was like, hockey was properly explained here for Luffy. But overall, like nothing crazy, nothing wow. We get Luffy finally gets the news, I think, about Ace and that he's gonna get executed, so it starts getting the ball rolling. But for me, Amazon Lily is definitely above decent. Definitely above decent. Better than Romance Dawn. Better than Reverse Mountain. Definitely not better than Barati. Okay, so chill. Right there. And I feel like I'm forgetting more details, but like off the top of my head, I think that's perfect. I'm very happy with that. The Lulu Queen. Now for real. It's Kara. Like, bro, please get out of my face. I was shipping him with Blondie. What was her name, guys? She was so gentle. She was like talking to him about normal stuff, telling him information about this and that. And she found him with her gals in the Margareta. Oh, I love Margareta, man. Like, she just felt like a warm hug when Luffy needed it. I don't know how to explain it, man, because he landed and they're talking about his family jewels and ish. She was so dope. Margaret and Luffy is canon. It is my head canon. I ship them. You know what I mean? And she was just not too pushy and delulu, man. What was she? I think Boa was 29 and he was 17. She was like, oh. Like the moment she got sick, I knew. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some sick with love BS. I knew it. I'm like, oh my god, one of the big dogs. Next arc, Impel Down. Dear god, the way Oda was like, oh, you thought that was it? Here you go. You think we're done? Here you go. Oh, you think we don't have any more? Buggy, Mr. 3, and then I'm like, give me a break. Let me relax. From far. Listen. I'm like, wait, who that? What's that? That sounds familiar. Tonight we out. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing, bro? And then not only are we meeting old characters, Magellan, Hannibal, the weird BDSM lady, and so much comedy. I will not forget you, Saldith. I will not forget you, Ramem, Komem. His name is slipping my mind right now, guys. Oh my god, why is his name slipping my mind? Sphinx, Sphinx. Here we go. And like a proper devastating L that Luffy took. It impelled down by Magellan. Horrible. It looked nasty. Do you know what I mean? Impel Down is up there like proper L's, and then a little bit of hope with Bone Clay, and then meeting Emporio Ivanko from Level Go G. Let's go. Oh my god, guys, Emporio Ivanko for me, I swear to god, can take this arc to the next level, like to the next tier. But so Impel Down, so that I don't just keep on yapping, guys, is definitely a masterpiece for me. Where I put it, might need to revise it later, but definitely better than Sabodi. You'll stay there for a bit. Here we go. Next. Oh my god. Oh my god. Next, I'm not gonna say that much. I'm really not gonna say that much. A masterpiece. I think I'm done. For the longest, my favorite arc. Until next arc, it says post-war. Now let's give this arc a different name. Let's call it ASL, okay? This is probably my favorite backstory in all of anime that has the cutest kid, my favorite kid character in all of anime, my favorite MC in all of anime. Y'all get what I'm trying to say, man. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. The cutest kid in anime, my favorite MC in all of anime, the best backstory. This arc, I swear to God, guys, not even Wano, not even like Egghead and Kuma, none of them broke me as much as this arc. And when I say broke me, I mean emotionally. Go back. I was a mess in a way. If I went to a therapist, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. I was crying at moments that didn't make any sense. I'm editing. I'm like, what am I crying at? What's going on here? I was a mess. It was like pent up ish from the war. And then I see Luffy and then his brothers. One of them passes away. And then he just like, he grows up and they're keeping their promise. Oh my God. The special place ASL has in my heart. I cannot describe it. And a lot of the love I have for this arc is emotional investment and payoff as well, you know, like at the end of it. But it's just, it's emotions. It's a lot of gratitude and grieving, knowing that at the end of this, we don't have Ace anymore. Whatever we're going through, we're watching all these funny moments, this dope backstory. I'm gonna come back to reality, to a grieving bestie. My boy is grieving. Ace is gone. I just want to make it clear, do you know what I mean? It's not gonna land on S tier. It is definitely a masterpiece, but I just wanted to make it clear that when it comes to emotions, different, okay? Like we don't have the craziest stories and foreshadowing and so on. No, but just different. Overall, I'm not gonna put it over Marineford. I am not gonna put it over Enies Lobby, of course, for me. I'm not gonna put it over Impel Down. I'm just trying to see at which point does the emotional element of post-war arc, at which point can it start to contend? Is that the right word? Contend or contest with these other ones? Sabodi, it can start to have an argument right here. Yep, better than Arlong Park, because a lot of Arlong Park is also backstory and, you know, like how it emotionally just captured me. So right there, masterpiece. But the other ones have just better story building, introduction of interesting characters, new characters, and old ones, foreshadowing, connection with things that happen later, but also just pure peak when I'm watching it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to fall victim to how much of a mess I was in this arc. I don't want to fall victim to that and be like, oh, S tier. Nah, it doesn't make sense to me. Oh my God, I love this arc though. I love this arc. Here we go. What? We can call this an arc? Next arc here, it says return to Sabodi. We're gonna give it its own bubble. It's an arc. And then Fishman Island. I mean, this was very, very awesome. But you know, it's like, it's short, but we're seeing them after 2 years. So it holds a lot of weight when it comes to, like, it was so epic. And we get the fake Straw Hats. And we finally see, you know, like Zoro and the Cut and Sanji after a long time. Everybody after a long time. I lose my mind over Nami and Usopp in the bar. It's nothing crazier than great. It's just like, yo, we're flexing our power. We are way stronger. So I am going to say it's definitely for me not better than Thriller Bark. It is not better than Alabasta. It's better than Little Garden. Even though, like, what are we dealing with? You know, it's like Navy. Sentomaru. I'm thinking about the villains here. What are we dealing with? Sentomaru, Navy. We didn't get like a big shot. Did we get any big shot from the Navy coming on those ships? We did get, you know, too slow. And then Rayleigh sending them off. Okay. I'll give it better than Lizard Garden for now. I'll revise this. Kiaramin. This is when Choppa didn't even recognize his nakamas. Anybody wants sour Skittles? Okay, next arc. We got Fishman Island. Okay, now right here. Okay, I gotta be careful. We got so much info. Okay, we got so much info. I am not gonna let a schmuck waste of space villain affect how I judge this arc. We got so much info. Even a proper introduction on like Reverie and that meeting. Shirahoshi's mom. Pluton, right? Shirahoshi's Pluton. Jinbei. In-depth information about like Jimbei and where he's from. Fisha Taiga, Koara, generally about fishmen. I loved those, like that backstory. Fisha Taiga, Koara. I love that backstory. Okay, so I had so much fun with those aspects, and the first time seeing the Straw Hats flex, the entrance, Shirahoshi calling Luffy, I had a blast. Okay, so I don't want to just be like, oh, boring villain, which I thought it was boring. He was just whatever. So, but thanks to him, I got Red Hawk. Oh my god, thanks to the whole debacle, we got the sea monsters talking to Luffy, aka Joy Boy. Now what else, man? What else? We got to see mermaids. Minus points for like Sanji, make it hard, man, for us his fans. The nosebleeds unnecessary. Minus points there. Minus points. The villain, what's his name? I always like his name slips my mind and don't even care. But guys, introduction of like Big Mom in the candy store, or like it being her territory, Tamago and the lion, a conversation on the phone, you know what I mean? All of this lands on Fishman Island, so for me it is definitely great. It is definitely above decent. What is the name of the villain in Fishman Island? Like what was his name? The schmuck. It is definitely great. Now let's see. For me, it is not better than Thriller Bark. It is not better than Alabasta. It is better than Return to Sabodi. Yeah, the backstories, Shirahoshi's mom, Celestial Dragons, what's his name, Mios God, that introduction, the racism. Yeah, wow, that's a good spot. That's a good spot right there. You know what I mean? A lot of positives that just take over and cover on the negatives. So I am very happy with that. What the fudge? Next arc, we have Punk Hazard. Yo, I'm not gonna tolerate the Punk Hazard slander. There is so much Punk Hazard slander going on, yo. What the fudge? Like, at least whenever I see, you know, arc talks on TikTok and YouTube, bro, this arc was so dope. Okay, from the beginning with the dragon and everything, finally going to the cold side. Even if it was uncomfortable, it is a conversation we should have. So I'm glad that Oda put some kind of awareness to it. Caesar doing experiments and so on kids. It is like a euphemism or another way of talking about trafficking and whatever. It is an uncomfortable conversation that has to be had, something that does happen in reality. And with that, we get introduced to Kinemon and Momonosuke, which are just end up being so important and amazing, and I love these characters. Eventually, in the beginning, I'm like, yo, this guy's a joker, man. I cannot take him serious. Talking about Kinemon here, but he flexes his power. I'm like, okay, he looks cool and so on. And we see Law flexing as well. Law, after 2 years, making an alliance with him. We see Virgo, him and his awesome VA, and him being that strong. We get introduced properly, even though we saw Doflamingo a long time ago, but we start to get introduced properly to Doflamingo and how he's Joker, and he has a whole operation behind the scenes selling this and that and so on, a whole underground operation. And literally in Punk Hazard, we get the first, when Law sliced Virgo and he sliced the whole lab, that line he was talking about there about putting a cog in the machine, that's like the beginning, the first thing that started the ball rolling. Like, it started the whole chaos and just ruining it for Doflamingo, and then eventually ruining it for Kaido, and putting a halt into his operations and having issues with him, and then dealing with him, taking him down, and then the Marine, and then 5 elders. It's like, that is when people are like, what the F is going on? There is a little bit of an unbalance in the world. It's like starting to get noticed. Punk Hazard, for me, it is so good. Would I put it in masterpiece though? I don't think so. I don't think I would put it in masterpiece. I think I'm gonna put it in great. It is better than Thriller Bark for me. It is better than Alabasta. It is better than Fishman Island. So I think top. Amazon Lily. I think top. Punk Hazard. I might rearrange this because I feel like for me, Alabasta, I think is better than these two. Well, now that I think about it. Nah. See. The moment I just analyze Thriller Bark a little bit in my head, nah. Let me have faith in past Sami from 1 hour ago. Let me have faith in him. I just analyzed that thriller bark a little bit. Love it. Right there. Oh, nah. This feels wrong for me. This feels wrong. This feels wrong. Punk Hazard. Yeah. Just first time experience without like over analyzing future connections and so on. Just raw feelings and enjoyment. First time reaction. First time watching. Alabasta, definitely. I enjoyed that way more. Way more than Punk Hazard. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. I love this. Okay. Whoa, one of the big ones for me. My God, guys. We have Dressrosa, one of my favorite arcs. We got Sabo coming back here, man. And we got Doflamingo, one of my favorite villains. Yeah, for the longest, favorite top one villain until Kaido came into the picture. And Kaido is my favorite villain now, for now. Kaido takes #1 spot, but I love Doflamingo. I think he was just a pure villain. The story he had with Corazon and then Corazon with Law. I am going to... This is gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way. I think this is the first time I say it on a video, like on YouTube, but so many people love Corazon and Law's backstory. For me, it was just alright. You can unsubscribe, you can unfollow if you want. I've always been a person that is secure with my own opinions and thoughts, but like Corazon and Law, it was alright. Like I loved it. But the way, you know, a lot of people talk about it, it's not that holy. And then another thing, if you didn't like unsubscribe with that, or like this is really gonna make you unsubscribe, but I keep saying baby 5. God, Senor Pink. I think there was a lot of schmuck behavior, man. I was not a fan of his backstory. I mean, I liked it. So many bad decisions, man. As a man, I'm like, God damn. Like this is all thoughts afterwards, reflecting on, you know, what I watched. I was like, the fudge, man. Like, what are you on about? Like, why didn't you just be honest and so on? You know, we all are not perfect. That's just me as a watcher and what I would do and so on. She would have accepted you. A lot of just deadbeatness kind of behavior, you know? Very classy guy and so on. But you might not like this. He might be your favorite character, but don't care. Don't care. That's my opinion. That is how I feel. So those are my thoughts. But so many characters. Luffy's fleet, Rebecca, Kiros, love that backstory, and people complain about them using her backstory or bringing it on, talking about it so many times. I was never bothered by it though. It was amazing. Crazy baiting though with her outfit. That was one of those big ones where I'm like, wow, she looks cool and like kinda hot. She's 16. Shut the fuck up. The Coliseum, really awesome. It got dragged out a little bit at the end though, you know, with Chin Chao. It was too long, but so many peaks, man. Fujitora. So Dressrosa for me, definitely masterpiece, but where? Not better than Marineford, not better than Enies Lobby. Those three are together with me, by the way, guys. Like I'm gonna put them in the same bubble. Enies Lobby, Water 7. So they're kind of like one for me. Okay, that's how I'm gonna do it. Impel Down, definitely. Yeah, I enjoyed it way more than Impel Down. Yup, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Rebecca and Kiros over Law and Corazon, 1,000,000%. Like Toy Soldier and Rebecca, their journey together, 1,000%. But I feel like the fandom will crucify you if you say that. But I confidently say that. Me too. I loved every second of Dressrosa. Like I could not. I'm privileged. I can just go to the next episode. You know, I'm privileged. So maybe it was the waiting for people. But I didn't feel the pacing. Here we go. Oh my God. We have Zoark. Guys, first watch. First impression, for me, Zo is going to decent. I am not gonna let Wano affect it. I'm not even gonna yap that much. For me, Zo was like one of those arcs where, you know, especially first time watching Raizo Dono is safe, I was like, what? Like I gotta be honest and stick to my first experience. You know what I mean? That's how it was. I wasn't emotionally invested or didn't care about them to that point where it hit me. It's a different story later on for me, of course, knowing them and so on. I'm like, damn. But first time watching that arc, I'm like, So I'm gonna give it a high decent, even though like I got Goroniano there. What the fudge, bro? There we go. It can even be like low grade, but nah, let me keep it real. Decent. Nothing too crazy. The Raizo Dono is safe. I genuinely did not care. I got crucified for it, but I'm good, you know? It comes with the territory. In the moment, I genuinely did not care. I was like, this shit just pissed me off. Because I sensed it around the end. I was like, what if you don't? Yeah, that was intriguing. I'm like, what? Sanji left? I was already thinking about Sanji. I'm like, let's go. Let's go to my boy. Let's go to my boy. Oh, next arc. Go watch my reaction. I'm not gonna yap that much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Horekeiki Airando. Marineford was my favorite arc since Marineford. Horekeiki Airando came and just snatched that first spot from it. It is amazing, awesome, like just close to perfection, this arc, and a lot of it is biasness. Some negatives with Krokambush and Wedding Keiki. Oh my god. But confidently biased answer, the way I care about Sanji, his backstory to this day, still for me the saddest backstory. Even after watching Kuma's backstory, it's on a video. I think I've said it. Just the most tragic life I've ever seen. But I don't know what it is. Kuma being the strong person that he was, I just feel way sadder for the timid little boy that is Sanji. You know what I mean? I'm more confident with Kuma and his build when he was young, even with like being a slave and so on. I was like, damn, at least he can handle that. Sanji, oh my god. I was so proud of Kuma's father for at least being there and talking to him and distracting him, Nika dance and stuff. Like, he had a hand to hold onto by like the closest people, at least for a portion. His dad, schmuck. Mom immediately like he passes away and so on. So I love Horekeiki Airando. Huge minuses with the wedding Keiki, Krokambush and so on. So annoying things with Big Mom there. But eventually I end up loving Big Mom. And the sudden musicals as well. Like, please, just shush. You know me, I hate musicals. Just shut up. Oh my god. So yeah, Horekeiki Airando was my favorite arc until... And the music was horrible, horrendous. That's all you, Mel. I'm happy for you. Horrendous. That's the type of musical where I'm like, oh my god. Like Utah and Ado, give me that stuff. But the Big Mom type, especially when you have items starting to dance, everything is normal. Din, 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 din. And then you just see like a cub going, oh my god, we're gonna have a wedding soon. Like, please shut up. Baruri, so freaking dope. Her relationship with Katakuri and her, exactly. And not only that, Nami cooked her. Like, she literally barbecued her. Oh, this is one of the fights that for the first time I personally felt like dragged out and like horrendous pacing. Confidently I could say it. Katakuri and Luffy, it was so stretched around so many episodes. Literally the first time where around the end, go back, watch my reaction. Around the end, I was exhausted. My mind started playing tricks with me. I'm like, there will not be finality here. Like every time I'm like, okay, there was no finality last time, there will not be finality here. I was like, it's just gonna keep on. I couldn't be in the moment like I always am. I was like, yo, let this end, please. I know one of them gotta win. It was really dope. It was epic. Do not get me wrong. Like, you can go back and see. I was enjoying it, especially like the Katakuri's OST. Sunekuman. Yeah, Sunekuman was there. Dope. It got dragged out. And then Reiju and Sanji, I was broken. Oh my god. Also, Jinbei telling Big Mom she's just an emperor. Like, what are we doing, man? And Brook telling Big Mom, young lady. And then Brook giving me a Yahazigiri after a long time versus Big Mom and Zeus. Oh my, it was just perfect, man. I love this arc. Okay. I gotta keep it pushing. Here we go. Wow. Wait a minute. Okay, so we're putting the whole Reverie in one basket. So now we have Reverie here, but like, isn't Reverie split you know what I mean? We get some parts of Reverie. Can I include all of them at like in one? Or is it just that first? What do you think, SySquad? We take some breaks sometimes from Wano and we get a little bit of Reverie, go back to Wano. Before Egghead or in the middle of Egghead, we get a little bit of Reverie. Exactly. So should I just combine all of them in one? When Sadibo is telling Emporio Ivankov and Dragon of what happened, that's considered Reverie, right? Isn't that considered Reverie? Is Aokiji versus Garp, does it land on Reverie or does it land on Egghead? Beehive, does it land on Egghead or Reverie? Because it's like, it goes with the Reverie lore. Everything Marijo, Reverie, Revolutionary Army, Sabo, all that related to Marijo and the rescue of Kuma. I'm gonna put it under this umbrella because they are split. Before Wano, in the middle of Wano, after Wano, beginning of Egghead, you know what I mean? So you guys can correct me if I'm wrong because of this list and how the episodes are split. I'm gonna take it like this just so that I can keep it pushing. Beehive, getting Kobe and stuff, I might put it under the Reverie umbrella, which will give it insane amount of points. Do you know what I mean? That plus information, the amount of information the Reverie arc has given us, god dang, I would say high grade. I don't think there's enough to say masterpiece, you know what I mean? There's like a full body of work, there's not enough to call it a masterpiece. But yeah, I'm gonna say high grade. Definitely better than Thriller Bar, but definitely yeah, the plot twist, the reveals, Lelouchia, Sadibo, Fujitora and the others, Revolutionary Army, Beehive, Maiden Island, our Lord and Savior, Buggy, creating one of the strongest groups ever, getting closer to becoming the king of the pirates. Yeah, definitely high grade, definitely. I realized I said peak to every arc you mentioned. Yeah, Mel, your list will be like all of them on A and S. That would be your list. Oh my days! Oh my god, guys. Drum roll for this arc, man. The only arc that is gonna make it to S tier on this video. Shout out to Wano, man. This arc is perfection for me. Wano arc is perfection for me, man. The only arc that is gonna make it on S tier. It is perfect from start to finish. Of course, it might have small flaws, but so is everything because humans are making the animation and so on. But Oda writing it down, I cannot wait to read Wano in the manga. Cannot wait. Hands are itching. I cannot wait to find out more about Odin, things that I've missed. This arc is absolute perfection for me, and it became perfect before even reaching Kaido and Luffy around the end. It became perfect after Odin's backstory, after Odin's life and the retainers, and then at the end of it, the emotional payoff that I got to experience. I will never ever forget my first time experience with Wano, man. It is just perfect. I don't care what anybody says, this arc is just pure chef's kiss perfection for me. Last arc we got here, Egghead. I'm not done with it, but it is as close as you can get, even more than Horekeiki Airando. It's coming from me with my biases. Egghead, I'm not done with it, but I've seen enough of peakness and information and reveals. Oh my god, this arc is just up there, and I'm confident that after my second watch, after my analysis, and after reading the manga, it is gonna go up. It's gonna be S tier. I'm super confident. But this arc tier list, let me remind you guys, is my favorite arcs, or where I deem these arcs to land on in these tiers after my first watch, after I caught up. Pure enjoyment, disappointment, whatever these arcs made me feel after experiencing them for the first time as a person who started One Piece in 2022. This is my first arc tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this with me. Wano is the only S tier, as it deserves to be, man. I am so happy with that, with this list. Let's revise them real quick. Guys, let me check out each tier. But one thing that I did different with this one, like I learned from the openings and the endings, is that I took my time and I put them at the perfect spot, or compared them with the others in the tier when I was putting them there. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think we're gonna make big changes. In C tier, decent, we got Zo, Whiskey Peak, Logtown, Jaya, Orange Town, LRLL, and Syrup Village. Am I happy with this order? The Zoro and Sanji moment is carrying LRLL so hard. I feel like I might have enjoyed Syrup Village more. The thing is, the comedy also in LRLL is so good, but I'm happy with this order. I am super happy with this order. Whiskey Peak, Logtown, Jaya, Orange Town. Sami, do you want to move Jaya? Do you want to move Jaya? Nah. I'm happy with this order. We are confirming C tier. Yo, stop hating on Buggy the Great. Stop hating on Buggy the Great. B tier, also known as Great. We got Reverie Arc, Thriller Bark, Alabasta, Punk Hazard, Fishman Island. By the way, I'm noticing when I'm doing this video that I am like struggling with the English names, because I've noticed for 3 years, all these arcs, like most of them, I called them with the Japanese, you know, accent. So it's like, it's kind of like first time. Like for example, Punk Hazard. I was like, I never say that. Like I mean, not never, but I'm not used to it. I always say Punk Hazardo. Like, you know what I mean? Or another nickname or something. And then Thriller Bark, I call it Punk Hazard. In my journey, so many funny-ish that I like just make mistakes with. So yeah, B tier, Reverie, Thriller Bark, Alabasta, Punk Hazard, Fishman Island, Return to Sabodi. Should this be here? Little Garden, Barati, Amazon Lily. Oof. Barati should go up, but nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Amazon Lily, Reverse Mountain, Romance Dawn. Yeah, that's where it all started, man. I'm happy with this. B tier, we're confirming it. Okay. A tier, Masterpiece. We got Egghead Island, Horikeiki Airando, a baby, Marineford, Enies Lobby, Water 7, 3 of them, 1 bubble. Dressrosa, Impel Down, Sabaody, Post-War, aka ASL. Okay, so personally, so you guys know the weight this holds. Arlong Park, Drum Island, Skypia. I'm not changing anything, we're confirming it. And last but not least, the only arc in perfection, legendary S tier, Wayno. I remember calling it that. Let's go! Let's go, guys. I am so happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. What do y'all think? Am I tripping with some of these decisions? Y'all let me know as well. And this is what I love about my community. We discuss, we go back and forth. Keep it respectful in the comment section below. Don't be disrespectful to your nakamas. Okay, guys, this is, like I said, first one. There's gonna be another arc tier list after I analyze, second watch. There's gonna be another one, a third one, after I start reading the manga from scratch. So excited. And then add on to that SBS and, you know, revisiting cover stories that I've watched already and watching the rest. There's more cover stories, so there's more in the way, man, for sure. Odin would be happy too. You think Odin would be proud? No, but like for real, you know how much I respect Odin. I love Odin. Everything he stands for. SySquad, I hope you guys enjoyed this video with me. Everybody in the chat, guys, might be late for y'all, but can you please, can you say bye to YouTube? Say hi to your future self. SySquad, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. More One Piece content on the way for sure, guys. If you haven't seen the recent video where I catch up, I'm gonna try and leave it here or there. Check out the openings and the endings. I think they should be out before this video right here. Check me out on Patreon, guys. All the reactions uncut. I'm gonna be starting Mob Psycho very soon. Shout out Mob Psycho. I'm gonna be starting it very soon because Hajime no Ippo is almost over. Slime, I am enjoying it so much. That's slime, by the way. I'm saying it comfortably for people who's not used to me saying it like that. So much more there, guys, only for $4. Check it out and join me on Twitch or Kick. We be gaming. We're gonna be watching anime there, One Piece when it drops and so on. Check me on Twitch or Kick, whatever suits you. All the links will be in the description box down below. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. See you next time when it comes to One Piece. Y'all stay safe. Peace.